Daddy me, come and manifest yourself. We call you by your name. We beckon on your power. Come and manifest yourself.
And the permanent way of solving some of these things is putting legislation which has that particular solution I've talked about. We have even seen some county governments having received COVID fund from the national government. They are, instead of procuring PPEs for the healthcare workers, they have used this money to build markets. They have used this money to issue bursaries to students. Why are they doing this? For political purposes. Because when they build a market, their votes there. Markets will be seen. They can tell their voters, this is what I've done. Give me another term in office. If they buy PPEs, are using in the hospital, nobody can say that. While they're giving bursaries, they can say in this village, in this ward, I helped this number of households, and therefore you owe me the votes. That is the sad situation. A good example is Mary County, and I can't here to mention. And our recommendation to this committee and parliament carry out audits on the utilization of these funds that they were sent to counties.
Well, 10 people are feared dead after their boat capsized in Lake Victoria near Honge Beach in Bondo sub-county last night. According to CIA Police Commander Francis Kooli, the boat, which had 20 people on board, capsized after it was hit by strong winds. 10 people drowned, while 10 others, including 9 adults and 1 child, were luckily rescued by other fishermen who were on a routine fishing expedition at the time of the incident. Police officers have begun the search for the 10.
Today we are in a morning mood, and today morning we received a report on an incident that has involved one of the boats that was destined to Usenge Beach from Uganda side, and it had 20 passengers and business community that actually conduct their business, because according to the reports we have, they had bananas and jackfruits in that boat, and on their way to Senge Beach, I'm told there was strong winds, and rain was also experienced during their journey to Senge.
Well, the current national ID cards will be phased out on December the 12th this year. This will be replaced by HUDUMA number cards that the government will begin issuing on December the 1st this year. Interior Cabinet Secretary Dr. Fred Matiang'i is currently launching the distribution of the HUDUMA number cards at the Kiambu County Commissioner's offices. Let's cross over there and listen in.
So today we are having 2 functions of this kind. One is happening here today. Another one is happening in Machakos, led by my colleague, the Cabinet Secretary for ICT, Mr. Joseph Musheru. During Mashujaa Day, His Excellency, our President, received the first trial HUDUMA card, together with the First Lady and 10 other people. And during that time, His Excellency, the President, promised that when we have complied with all the requirements we were given by the court, including the appointment of the Data Commissioner, which has now been done and she has been duly sworn in, we will now begin a phased approach to roll out the issuance of HUDUMA cards. My brothers and sisters, I want to spend a good amount of time talking to you very slowly and carefully about this, because we have a problem in our country where people sometimes waste information, twist information, engage in propaganda. So, wacha kwanza nifanye kazi ya huduma namba before I go to other things. The reason why you are getting this card is it's called HUDUMA card. HUDUMA card, it means a service card. It's the card that you're going to use to get services wherever you go in the country. When we did the registration exercise last year, we registered about 37 million people. There are Kenyans who have not been registered. I am going to say what will happen to them. And the process of getting an HUDUMA number starts first of all with synchronizing or integrating all the data sets. Your birth certificate details, your ID card number details. If you have a driving license, your details at NTSA. If you are registered at NHIF, your details there. Your details at the Kenya Revenue Authority, so that your PIN and your tax references are here. the governor actually made a very good point. He said that countries that have advanced, and the best way to provide services to your people, instead of our people carrying a basket full of cards, kila mahali unaenda unajaza fomu, una kibeti imejaa card ya NHIF, driving license, kipande, kila mahali. Our president, as early as 2013, as Honorable Moses Kuria said, decided that one way to liberate Kenyans is to create a platform, an electronic platform, where all information about our people is found. And with one card, your details are available. That is why it's called the single source of truth. Because this card now, if you look at it, the reverse side of it, it has a QR code and it has a microchip here. If I went to a hospital today and I wanted to be served and I have registered in NHIF, the hospital can use a QR code. Using this card, this is all I present, and they will read my NHIF details. Askari akikukamata kwa barabara, anataka kujua kama uko na valid driving license ya kuendesha, anachukua hii, anaweza kutumia simu kusoma QR code na itamuonyesha kama you have a license from Mr. Njau or you don't have one. Because we wanted, or the intention of the president and the government is to create this single source of truth so that all your information can be found and carried in one card as you move around. This makes it easier for service provision. When we were registering our people, I said this, ile shida tuko nayo, na tuambiane tu ukweli as public servant. It's always good to say the truth. Tuko na shida kwa maofisi ya serikali kwingine. Naenda pale, unaambiwa story ingine, hapo file imepotea. There is an enemy called the file that we are trying to remove from public service. The file imepotea. Tinunulia, enda uone wazee wakati wa lunch, ona hawa wazee hivi ili file ipatikane. Sasa hakuna wakati wa kuona mtu mwingine yote. Huo wakati umekwisha na hii. Hakuna mtu wa kuonwa. Ukiwa na hii, mtu asikuambie story eti file imepotea. Eti you know I can't get your records, ni kuprocessie mambo yako hapa. Enda lunch kidogo alafu rudi saa 8 kwa sababu tunatafuta file. Wasting time instead of serving you. This card is true liberation in the provision of public services to our people. That is why it's called HUDUMA card. Sasa, what do we do from now? And please, my brothers and sisters, munisikize very carefully. Tumeanza safari. And this is how we are going to do it. And I am using my words very carefully. Tumeanza safari. This is a journey. We have to be very careful how we do this, because sheria ambayo imepitishwa ni sheria kali. Na mahakama pia imetuonya kabisa on how we are going to do this work. Because of that, we are going to be very careful in the manner in which we handle the issuance of these cards. Unfortunately, tuko na shida ingine sasa ya COVID. Hatuwezi kuleta watu wetu tuanze msongamano kwa laini na mambo kama hayo. Sasa kuanzia leo, tutatumia wiki 2 ama 3 hivi kuanza kuorganize hizi cards, tuzitume sasa kwa counties. Mahali ulichukulia card, tutume wewe ni card yako ulichukulia Kiambu, tutume card za Kiambu hapa, tutume card za Kirinyaga, tutume card za Murang'a, tutume card za Nyeri, tutume card za Machakos, huko namna hiyo. Alafu tutaanza kutuma SMS. Tutakutumia SMS kwa sababu wakati ulijiandikisha ulituajia namba yako ya simu. Tutakutumia namba. Tukuambie wewe Governor Nyoro, kadi yako iko kwa ofisi ya County Commissioner Kiambu, enda uichukue. Ukipata SMS, tutakupea 1 month to collect the card, kwa sababu hatutaki msongamano kwa sababu ya hii maneno ya COVID. So we will not harass you. We will give you 1 month. Ukipata message SMS, we'll give you 1 month to collect your card. If your card is not collected within a month, tutarudisha yote Nairobi tuweke. Ukipata SMS, utaenda mahali vile SMS inakuelekesha, upate kadi yako ya huduma hapo, uichukue. Na Mheshimiwa Rais aliamuru, na ninatangaza hapa leo, kwamba kwa sababu ya shida hii tuko nayo ya COVID, tusisukume watu wetu sana, tutoe 12 months of transition, miezi 12, so that kuanzia sasa mpaka Jamhuri Day 2021 tuhakikishe kwamba kila mtu amepata huduma kadi yake. We are giving ourselves time so that we don't get it wrong, we don't make any mistake, and we make sure that we are not forcing you to have a stampede at our public offices trying to get huduma card, because then we will not have also a safety. We can't give you huduma card alafu uende kufariki huko na ugonjwa. So after that, tukimaliza the 12 months, after the 12 months, it will now be mandatory. To be served in a public office, you must produce this. But between now and the 12 months,
well, this comes to quell lots of discrepancies and fears that most of the Kenyans had, and it's coming approximately a month after President Uhuru officially received his Huduma number card alongside the First Lady, that is during the March to Just celebrations in Kisii County. And away from that, we'll be giving you details of it later on. Transport was disrupted in Nakuru town after chaos erupted when attempts by Matatu operators to enter the central business district were thwarted by police. Police officers were forced to fire live bullets in the air to disperse the operators, who were in turn hurling stones at them. The Matatu operators, however, insist they have genuine court orders allowing them back to the CBD.
Leo polisi wamekuja na kifua tutoe gari. Na wafai hivyo, wanafaa kuwangojea penye koti itaamua. Hivyo tuambie tuletewe ripoti.
Sisi tumerudi kwa biashara zetu za matatu kwa sababu tuko na order. Na kama order yetu anasema sio mzuri, arudi kotini aende aipinge.
Uli wetu, kama tulikukosea hapa Nakuru, tungekuomba na utusikie. Utusamee kama tulikukosea hapa mjini Nakuru. Juu hapa ndio shida tuiko nayo. Sasa ukiangalia magari tupo na huko hapa kwa Jaki Mochari. Hapa kukinyesha tunanyesha yako kama mabuzi.
Well, these protests have been there for quite a while. Right now, we can only wait to see what will be done in regards to quelling the same amid all these differences or that. But away from it, members of parliament from the pastoral areas have condemned the recent banditry attacks against General Services Unit GSU and Anti-Stock Theft Unit at Mururi, Meru County, that resulted in the injury of 10 officers. They're demanding for the immediate arrest of the perpetrators, and they added that for the past few days, residents Daba area, Isiolo County, have witnessed a full-blown paramilitary operation that has witnessed torturing of civilians and destruction of property. Let's listen in.
That led to the problem we have today. Such was a question of mistaken identity. Our people, the Turkana, respect their government, respect their military, respect their police, and anybody in uniform. But it turns out that sometimes other people who are not our police or military dress in those uniforms and then start firing at Turkana people. Turkana people by nature are supposed to respond. When you hit me, I hit you. So such a thing is what led to those officers being hurt. And we wish those officers quick recovery, and they should be able to understand that it was mistaken identity. We do not attack our forces, we do not attack our police. This focused operation, where out of the 5 groups of people that live in that region, this focused operation that is just focused on Turkana people is very discriminatory, is very balkanizing, is actually just picking on one group. Meaning that one group, whoever has organized this, does not like that particular group. This is Kenya. This is a country for all of us. This government is for all of us. The government cannot use its apparatus just to protect one group or pick on one group and beat them the way they are beating the Turkana. Government is our father. Government is our mother and should be fair to all of us. It should not just pick one group and use heavy machinery, use armored vehicles, use planes, things that are usually reserved for international wars. You know, we have illegal people, illegal militia living in Kenya from South Sudan, and the government is not doing anything about it. How is it that the government with abandon would release our planes and our armored vehicles to beat wananchi? These are civilians. These people do not have that heavy machinery, and the police can deal with them. So how is it that such brute force is used on only one group? This is what I'm calling discrimination of one group over the others. This is what I call balkanization, tribal balkanization, where one group is picked on and the others are just sitting there. Now, I want the government to know that when you do not respect your citizens, those citizens are going to turn rogue, because then they are going to say, this is not our government. We want a government that respects its citizens. And
property of unknown value was last night reduced to ashes after a fierce fire gutted down several timber houses within the KIAMAINA slums in the outskirts of NAKURU town. It was reported that the fire broke out at around 9:30 p.m. However, efforts by the Laikipia County Fire Engine and residents to put out the raging inferno grew futile. Now, no casualties were reported during the fire outbreak that left 60 people homeless. The cause of the fire is yet to be established, as residents are now calling on the government and well-wishers to help in the wake of the COVID-19 pandemic.
Watu 60 wameachwa bila makao, hawana nyumba, mablanketi na hata chakula hawana. Na wakati huu uko na mauzito nyingi za corona. Watu hata kwa saa hii hatujui watarara wapi.
Wenye wameshikwa na hii shida, tungeomba usaidizi kwa hawa, kwa sababu wengi wao vile wako ni watu wa vibarua, na hivi vibarua siku hizi hakuna. Kwa kusema ukweli, hii mambo ya corona hii imeshida, hakuna chakula, gotire irio.
Mahali kuna manyumba kama hizi, si wote wanajiweza wanaishi kwa nyumba ya mawe. Kuna wale maskini wanaishi kwa nyumba nini ya bao. So serikali itusaidie sisi kama tu wa ghetto. Tuwekeni gari karibu na mahali kama hapa. Hata kitu kianza kutokea, tutaona vile tunaweza kujisaidia sisi.
And as COVID-19 pandemic continues to claim lives of Kenyans, hospitals in KAKAMEGA County are in a sorry state, with patients lamenting of poor services and lack of drugs and personnel. A tour at Matungu Sub-County by KAKAMEGA County Senator Cleopas Malala has revealed the ordeal healthcare workers and patients endure. Malala is calling on Governor Wycliffe Oparanya to rise to the occasion and salvage the current situation of hospitals in the county.
Tibiwa hapa. Naweza kuja hapa kutibiwa kliniki.